Hello, and welcome to part 6 of our Intuitive Life Audit. The final part, or is it? Over the last few weeks, we've been exploring 5 key areas of our life and tuning in to how we feel about them. Not what our mind is saying, but what our intuition is showing us. In this video, I'm going to show you how I use creative journaling to really get the most out of this intuitive life audit. The first thing I did was to write down the 5 core questions corresponding to each of the areas we looked at. This is so that I can find them easily because I want to come back to them again and again. Then I went back to each of the videos and made a note of all the wisdom quotes that are listed at the end for inspiration. This quote by Jeff Foster particularly spoke to me about the matter of how I use my time. Rest in the space between breaths, and life will reorganize itself around you. I'm definitely ready for some rest and reorganization when it comes to how I use my time. Less time feeling busy and more time for things that I love. More art, more music, more nature, and a lot more quiet time. I've taken a big step back from creating content and spending time in front of a screen, whether it's on my phone or the computer. It's been a very healthy time of rebalancing. I find that the mind has a lot to say about pretty much everything. But when you get quiet, when you acknowledge the stillness that's inside you, and look to your inner wisdom for answers and direction, there's a very different sense of being led. I identified one word as a sort of guiding light. One word is simple, it's easy to remember. The beautiful thing about creative journaling is that there are no rules. You can do it however you want to do it. You simply allow yourself to express what's inside. And this image of a cup reminds me of my love for drinking all kinds of herbal tea. You know, there have been many times this past year that I've thought, wouldn't it be lovely to have a cup of tea? And yet I felt that I didn't have time to stop what I was doing and go and make one. Here's another image I found on my art Pinterest board. But as you can see, things don't always go as planned. And here I somehow managed to give this woman a guitar hairdo, which I then tried to fix unsuccessfully. So when stuff like this happens, I just keep messing with it until it looks okay, or I just stick another piece of paper on top and start again. Now, when you tune into your body's wisdom, you want to be aware of this loud mental narrative that always seems to be there interfering with this voice of wisdom. The mind has a lot to say about our body and our fitness level, our eating habits,
etc. But that's not what we want to pay attention to when we're considering what changes we want to make and how we want to realign our lives. My chosen word for this section is dance, because I tapped into this really strong yearning to experience more joyful movement. And let's face it, who doesn't feel good when they dance and sing? If you can get out of your own way and do it like you used to when you were a young child. I'll also continue with my healthy diabetes diet, which is working a treat for losing weight and having more energy. And of course, there's always room for improvement when it comes to eating mindfully. For this section, I couldn't really find an image that inspired me, so I just stuck down a couple of pieces of paper and copied down my favourite wisdom quote from the part 3 video of this life audit. My word for this section is simply trust. I've been learning how to spend mindfully while cutting costs where possible, and realizing that we really don't need that much. It's good to remember, in amongst all the financial considerations, that we always have a happy tummy, a warm bed to get into, and a safe place to call home. So when worry rises up, I want to trust that our needs will continue to be met, as they always have been. This one is very closely related to time for me, because my intention here is to really bring more presence and love into my relationships by focusing more on them and spending more time with the people in my life. This year something happened that made me realize the gift of this time that we get to spend together with the people we love. So it's all about slowing down and not putting things off. Nurturing that true connection that's there when we're present and not preoccupied with our mind. For this picture, I used a manuscript page from an old book I found in the charity shop. Sometimes I'll buy used books simply to cut pages and pictures out of them. It's a wonderful resource for collaging and creative journaling. Relationships are probably one of the most important things that we can focus on. And too often we take people for granted, don't we? And we can also end up living our days on autopilot, almost ignoring people. We're distracted by all the things we feel we need to do or think about. This is why I picked this particular wisdom quote, which I want to remember every day. For this picture, I was inspired to draw something very simple and to have an uncluttered page, because this will be the focus for my home and digital space. And I used this lovely little piece of card which came from the side of a tissue box that we just emptied. This lovely picture here was from a book about Japanese quilting. My word for this section is less. And although that word can be associated with lack, in this context, I find it to be very sweet, beautiful, and inspiring.